Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're live again. Vic is already in the chat. Sacked in the morning, you're getting sacked in the morning. Honestly, people. This manager, what is going on? This club at the moment, we are struggling. Big time. It's been a disaster of a season, really. Not one good performance in the league. I don't know where we go from here. It's another group therapy session on a Monday night at 8 p.m. Every Monday. This team, I don't know. I really don't know where we go from here. I mean, who's Arne Slot out? I'm not there yet. I have to be honest. Not there yet. But I tell you, it's going to have to improve. Yesterday was a shambles. An absolute shambles. It was worrying for me because it's such a big game. And there was no energy. No energy, no intensity. It reminded me of the first half against Crystal Palace. That was a shambles as well. But it was... I was really worried about yesterday. Because it's a big game. Look, there's no shame in losing to Man City. That can happen. They're a great team. But the fact that they just didn't seem like they were up for it. Really poor for me. Now, Liverpool's goal, it should have been a goal. Terrible decision. But yeah, I mean, the officials, it's just, so I don't know. I don't know where we go from here. Now, Liverpool's next 5 fixtures are decent. They're winnable. But they have to win them all. There's no excuses now. They have to start winning. Because there's no injuries, really. The players are there. They're just not performing. The tactics are woeful. The build-up is too slow. It's not been good, people. It's not been good. Welcome everybody to the chat. 24 people. Make sure you hit the like button, everybody. Sam. I didn't watch the City game. I decided to watch the Brazilian Grand Prix instead. I just could not watch our game. Know exactly how you feel. I watched the game. But for the last 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, I was zoned out. To be honest, I was on my phone. I mean, Chiesa came on, I think, in the last 10 minutes or something. I couldn't even tell you how he played. I was zoned out. Christine is in the chat. Hello, Christine. Hello, David. All on tonight. Disappointing, but City outplayed us, and Oliver did as usual. But no excuses for the loss. Yeah, look, I mean, we deserve to lose. Absolutely, of course we did. But you want the officials to get these decisions correct. And we were outplayed. City were the better team. Deserved to win. But the goal was, what, the 35th minute or whatever it was. I mean, it could have had a bearing on the second half. If Liverpool had got to half-time at 1-1, who knows what would have happened. Look, it's ifs and buts, of course. But yeah, I mean, you're right. Look, City outplayed us. It was just so disappointing. Joe says 17 goals conceded in 11 games. Just sad. It's worrying. It really is, because we're just not playing well at all. There's not one performance in the league this season for 90 minutes where you can say, wow, this team is going to be special. You know, we haven't seen it. We've seen it against Real Madrid on Tuesday. That's the Champions League. I still think we're going to do well in the Champions League because it's not the Premier League. But Liverpool are struggling with the intensity, the physicality of the Premier League. So it's just been a worry. It really has. Because as I say, look, you can lose to Manchester City. They're a really good side. But the lack of energy. And with Arsenal dropping points on Saturday, I was hoping that Liverpool would use this as an opportunity to say to Arsenal, look, we're not going anywhere. Okay, we're struggling at the moment, but still, we're right behind you. But it was Man City who took that opportunity. Arsenal opened the door, and Man City walked right through because Liverpool let them. James says Salah needs benching. He does. I agree with you 100%. Because Mo Salah last season, he did not defend. No problem. Because look at the season he had. He's not playing well this season. We can't carry him. You know, we're basically playing with 10 men. I know it sounds harsh. He's a legend. But we cannot afford to have a player who is not working for the team. And look, as I say, last season, it worked because Salah was winning games for us. But that's not happening this season. He needs to come out with a team. He's not playing well. And look, it could be good for him. Maybe he needs a kick up the arse as well. Look, your place in this team is not guaranteed. You're going to be on the bench for a few games. Bring him off the bench and let's see what the attitude is like from him. But it's not just him, but it's been all season. He's not playing well. Vic says, Slot said he analysed us many times before the match. He must have been watching the highlights from last season. I seen that as well in the interview. He was talking about he watched hours and hours and hours of Man City. I mean, it didn't do much good, did it? Like, honestly. Because Liverpool turned up as if they'd never watched Man City play. They didn't know what they were going to do. You know, it was really concerning. The recruitment has been poor from a physicality. The mentality has gone after winning the league. Seen Dalglish's team in 88, 89 struggle after winning the league. The recruitment, yeah, look, on paper, I think we were all delighted. I don't think any of us complained with the players that we were bringing in. But they just have not performed. Ekatike has even kind of dipped in form as well. But they just have not performed. Kirkes hasn't been great. Furtz hasn't been great. Frimpong, I know he's not fit at the moment, but he hasn't been great. You know I'm not a fan of Marmadashvili. Great save from him yesterday. But yeah, it's worrying people. It really is. Sam says, gotta say congrats for the win. Vic needs someone to challenge Arsenal. Yeah. Look, fair play to Vic. I mean, look, he deserves to come into the chat and, to give us a hard time. City won the game fair and square. But yeah, I think the majority of us will say, if Liverpool are not in the title race, let Man City win it. Because the bigger story at the end of the season would be that Arsenal didn't win it. Not so much that Man City won it. It would be that Arsenal didn't win it. So, but what do you think? Will City keep this going? Because Liverpool were terrible yesterday. They deserve to lose. But we've seen Man City this season. Defensively, a little bit dodgy, I have to say. Sam says, I know this sounds weird, Dave, but I'm kind of relieved that game is out of the way now and there was a winner on the day. Obviously would have preferred us. What do you mean? Kind of the pressure is off us now. We're out of it. Because I was hoping that Liverpool would win and it'd be, a reminder to Arsenal. Look, we're not going anywhere. We're struggling. But look, we're only, what would we be? 5 points behind them, whatever it was. But now all of a sudden we're well out of it. We're not playing well. We are lucky African Nations is going on this year. Once Salah goes, if Slot doesn't get the team playing, he has to go for me. Look, I think every time that Salah goes to the African Nations, I'd be devastated. I'd be like, why are they having this tournament during the season? But I think he needs to. I'm hoping he goes as early as possible because maybe that's what he needs. Liverpool needs something, and if you take the choice away from Arne Slot because Salah's not there, he's going to have to get somebody else there, Chiesa, somebody. Because at the moment it looks like Mo Salah's place is just guaranteed, and it shouldn't be. And it's not just him. Look, I know I'm kind of criticising him a lot, but he just has not played well. I've seen this stat today as well. We've lost 40% of the games since the PSG loss. I mean, that is seriously worrying. It really is. Vic says, sorry for being insufferable. I waited 2 long years for this result after you caused me to break 2 TV remotes last season. Look, you deserve it. Better team, 3-0, fully deserved. The only complaint we have is the goal that should have been given, but no. Man City fully deserved to win. And as I say, I hope Man City now, because Liverpool look like they're out of it, I hope Man City go and win it. Arsenal have a very tough run of fixtures on the way. City have a relatively easy run of fixtures. We also have in paper easy fixtures, but it's on the field that counts. Yeah, after these next 5 games, because they are all the teams from the bottom half of the table, and that's nearly us. We're very close to that. But they're very, very winnable games. And then I think Arne Slot should be judged. Because if we win those 5 games, who knows? Okay? At the moment, it's a bit of a disaster. We're out of it. But if we can just get back to winning, Forest at home next. I'm not looking forward to that game, people, because we know exactly. I mean, this is Sean Dyche now. He's going to park the bus. Liverpool are struggling to break down a low block. They're struggling on counter-attacks. They're struggling on set pieces. But as I say, we just need to find a way to get back to winning ways. Noel says, Konate looks unfit and is carrying an arse on him. Unacceptable. I mean, unfit. I mean, his head was gone yesterday. Honestly. And we've seen it with him all season. If Konate makes a mistake early in a game, his head is gone. He could make 10. And he made a mistake for the penalty. And he just never recovered. He never recovered. That first half was really poor from him. Bradley was woefully exposed by an exceedingly poor Konate and Salah. I felt sorry for Bradley yesterday. Because that was the tactics from Man City. Get the ball to Doku and let him take on Bradley. And he'd done the very same last season against Trent. But the thing about Doku is, for me, when he beats the fullback, his end product is terrible. His final pass is terrible. How many times he beat the fullback and he just passed it straight to a Liverpool player? So even though he was getting the better of Bradley, for me, like, he was man of the match, don't get me wrong. But it wasn't like he was creating a chance every time he went around him. But yeah, you're right. I mean, Konate didn't help him. Salah didn't get back to help him. I thought Bradley done well, to be fair, because they were just that was City's tactics, and it was worrying that as well. The whole first half was get the ball to Doku, and Arne Slot never said, Mo, you're going to have to get back and help him. Konate, get out to him. One of the midfielders, right, double up on him. Just, I don't know, it was poor all around. Sam says we can quietly go about our business. Pressure of challenging for the title off us. I prefer it that way. Don't like this favourites tag. Well, look, Liverpool haven't done well with the favourites tag. They haven't. I mean, I don't know what it is about this club, but whenever we do well, we just fall off a cliff the next season. You know, and one of the worrying things for me this season, when it happened in 2020, the amount of injuries we had, it was, you know, we didn't challenge for the title. But there's no real injuries this season. And the amount of quality we have in that squad, and we just cannot get it going. But I know exactly what you mean. And yeah, we can forget about the title. We don't need to worry about Arsenal's fixtures. We don't need to worry about Man City. Just concentrate on winning the next game. And then just see where it takes us. Go on a bit of a run and see. Christine says, Bradley can be brilliant but inconsistent. But hey, he's young, can improve. Yeah, look, he can be very good. He was excellent against Real Madrid. But I didn't think he was terrible yesterday. I just thought Doku, look, he can do that to players. But I thought he done okay, but his teammates didn't help him out. I'd cash in on Wirtz and start rebuilding. Wow. I mean, I've been very critical of Florian Wirtz, and yesterday as well. Really poor. But the team is not playing well. And I think that's one of the main reasons why he's really struggling. The team as a whole is not playing well. So I don't know. Wirtz will come good. He just needs a season. De Bruyne was poor his first season. Look, we're all hoping. We really are. But we have to all be honest. He has not shown us much this, 11 games in the league. Every time he plays a league game, we come away saying the same thing. It's too physical for him. So look, we'll have to see. But yeah, look, if it takes him the season, it takes him the season. He's not going anywhere. They're not going to sell him. John says, percentage chance of winning a trophy. I would say 5 to 10%. I think it's everything is in the Champions League now. As I said, I think we have a decent chance of winning the Champions League. You can see the performances in the Champions League. It's the Premier League is the most physical league in the world, or one of anyway. I mean, it's you can see Florian Wirtz. He has played well in the Champions League. He played well against Real Madrid, but he just seems to be struggling in the Premier League. So I'm just hoping that they do something in the Champions League. Julian says our next 6 games are games we should win. If we don't, we'll be lucky to finish 7th. Yeah, everything is on the next 6 games. I mean, we'll judge Arne Slot properly. Does that bring you up to the turn of the year? I'd say it does. So that's when to really judge him, because they're winnable games. Okay, look, as I say, the performance yesterday was really poor, but you can lose to Man City. It happens. They're a really good team. But when you're playing teams in the lower half of the table, these are the ones that you have to win. These are the games. Hello, Michael's in the chat. Welcome. This era from 19 to 25 is a better area for trophies than it was from 06 to 18. Yeah, look, we have been spoiled for the last, 6 years. But we have not been the dominant team. You know, that's what we all wanted. That's what we all thought was going to happen at the start of the season. Thinking, right, we're making signings. We're going to, if we don't win the league, we're going to be thereabouts. But it's just been a disaster, people. It really has. This is a good question. Let's be real. If we got Gay, are you telling me that fixes our issues? No. Not in a million years. Mark Gay, he would have improved. He's better than... Is he better than Kanate? You'd have to say yeah. But the big problem with Liverpool at the moment is the midfield. So poor again yesterday. I mean, McAllister came off in the second half, and when he was walking off, I was thinking, I didn't even realise you were playing. That's how poor he was. Tommy says, back to the same shite yesterday. Outfought, outran, sloppy in possession. We are too nice and too soft. Simple as that. Yeah, just that's the thing that annoyed me yesterday. Just outfought, outran. You know, and Man City under Pep Guardiola, what did they struggle with? They struggle with a team that's pressing them, that is not giving them any time on the ball. And Liverpool's press was non-existent. It was non-existent. I mean, the first goal, that will always annoy me, honestly. I mean, we have Man City in their own corner, right beside their own corner flag, and they get out. I mean, lads, foul them. Do something. Don't let them out. The subs that he makes come across like he doesn't believe we can come back. He brought on Joe Gomez yesterday, 3-0 down. He brought on Chiesa, I think there was maybe 7 minutes to go or something like that. I was surprised he didn't change it at half time. Now, I know the second goal just before the half, I mean, that was pretty much the game. But I was still surprised that he didn't change it. Because, like I say, it's 2-0. So, like, just try something different. But he didn't. He stuck with the team. I mean, the game was over. Such a poor performance. Sam says, yeah, people said last season, because we won the league comfortably, that we are the best team in Europe. Load of crap. We never dominated. We win, then drop off the following season. Something about it. The only time that we didn't do it was when we won the Champions League in 2019. We walked the league the following season. But then it's just up and down. It's really frustrating because we all thought that with the signings we made, we were going to be the team to beat. Christine asked, David, do you think Endo will go? Slot doesn't play him much at all. Like Endo, but think he'll move on. The big problem with Endo is, last season, Endo would come on to protect the lead. Liverpool this season, they haven't really been in that position. Definitely not lately. We've always been chasing a game. So when you bring Endo on, that's not the way he plays. He has played a few times this season and he hasn't impressed. But I do think he probably will move on. But I mean, as I say, last season he would come on with 10 minutes to go and Liverpool would be protecting a lead and you'd be confident because Endo was brilliant last season. But because the last month or whatever, we've been chasing a game, there's no real point in bringing him on. You know, you need to get the attacking players on. So it's just been all over the place, really. But yeah, I think he probably will go. Steve says, tell Gravenberch to sit in front of the defence and nothing else. Let the others attack. Yeah, we were saying this before. I think just before the Aston Villa game. Just forget about attacking for a bit. Just get that midfield solid. Sit in front of the back four. And, I mean, but yesterday, Pep Linders. Honestly, that man annoys me. You're Pep Guardiola after the game. Oh, Pep Linders told us a lot about Conor Bradley. I mean, honestly, that man. Like, he seriously went to the enemy. Like, Jurgen Klopp would have a couple of more Premier Leagues if it wasn't for Man City. You know, the competition that they had, both clubs, and Pep Linders goes to the enemy. I mean, seriously, lads, come on. Brian says, Dave, this sounds crazy, but we have a serious problem winning second balls and smelling danger. Would it be crazy to put Endo in for a few games? He mops up second balls. I think this is a massive problem. Look, it's worth a try. Absolutely. Definitely worth a try. Sure, why not? At this moment, try everything. Yeah, it's a good point, to be fair. Because yesterday I don't think we won any second balls. We didn't win any battles or anything, individual battles. You know, remember Arne Slot's first game in the Premier League? When he took off Jarell Kwanzaa at half-time against Ipswich last season. And the reason he took him off is because he wasn't winning his duels. I mean, that's gone out the window this season. Because we're not winning any of them. And Arne Slot is just picking the same players, same thing. I just don't get it. Big reason for me being Slot, I'm struggling with his decisions. Julian says, people say Klopp was too loyal to his players. Seems like Slot is the same. Absolutely. Same. You know, we've nothing to lose now. Just try something different. David says, Isak should have a couple of internationals under his belt before next game. So hopefully he makes a difference, even a small one. I read yesterday, actually, after the game, that after the international break, Liverpool are going to change formation to try and get Ekitike and Isak into the same team. And like I say, sure, they might as well. They have to. Just try it because it's not working. You know, we're beating the likes of Aston Villa at home. And let's be honest, the first, 15 minutes, Aston Villa should have went ahead. And then it's just back to square one again because yesterday it was just terrible. So he needs to try something. Isak needs to play. Ekitike deserves to play because of the way he started his Liverpool career. So, what formation do you think? 3-5-2? Would that work? Do Liverpool have... Would it be Virgil, Kanate and Andy Robertson? I don't know what way that would work. I mean, could you play Joe Gomez there, but then he's got no cover? I don't know. Carragher made a good point. Kanate doesn't cut it away from home. Yeah, that's Brentford and now City where he and Crystal Palace. Absolutely terrible. The goal though, to see him like he's trying to flick it. Like jump. Haaland out jumps him. Kanate is still standing on the ground. Like, lads, come on. Just head the ball. Dave says a 4-4-2. Johnny says a 4-4-2 diamond. We've got nothing to lose. Yeah, he needs to try it. Get the two lads. Did he play a 4-4-2 against Frankfurt? Was that a 4-4-2? Was that game? I think he did. But yeah, just try it. Julian says a 406. He'll probably use that. Try it. What have we got to lose? Sam says hopefully kick on after the international break. Get to January, bring in two centre backs, and don't wait until summer. Let them settle in. I agree with you, 100%. If we're going to get Mark Gahey, get him in January. But I don't think the club are going to do that. I don't think we're spending in January. I really don't. And I think we're going to let Mark Gahey be a free transfer unless something is arranged. But yeah, I agree with you. But I just don't think they're going to do it. A 3-5-2 with Endo as defensive cover. David says Frankfurt was 4-4-2. Yeah. Because he's played it against Frankfurt, I'd say this could be a 4-4-2 after the break. We'll have to wait and see. But Alexander Isak and Ekitike, I mean, they have to play. It's that simple. You just have to get that talent onto the pitch. And I know I've been very critical of Florian Wirtz as well, but we have to play him as well. 100 million, you know. I mean, when you look at it, right, the Premier League, the league is gone. So let's use this now. Okay, say it to the players, just go out. Go out and express yourselves. Okay, pressure's off as far as the league is concerned. Go out now and just the next 6 games, just win. Johnny says, we don't sign a centre-back in January. We're looking at a Man United type season, bottom half. We're very close to it. We're 8. Disaster, lads, isn't it? Can't disagree with you. Because it's not like yesterday was just, oh no, it's a one-off. You know, just a poor performance. They were still tired after Madrid. It's been happening every single game in the league, even the ones we won. Apparently we're interested in Bastoni from Inter. I've seen that today. He's a good centre-back, 6'3", and good with the ball. I think it's 85 million or something. Joe says not gone yet, the league. You're optimistic, Joe. Fair play. Liverpool chat. Sorry I'm late. So annoyed we didn't turn up yesterday. I think we're all just surprised that they didn't turn up. Because everything was there. We had momentum coming into the game. Great performance against Madrid. And the energy just wasn't there. The intensity wasn't there. It was just such a poor performance. How's the likes going, people? What have we got? 30 likes. Fair play to you. Much appreciated. This team will continue to get bullied and outworked in the Premier League. That's why I kind of confident about the Champions League. The Premier League just seems too physical for this team. It really does. James is saving a penalty was our only highlight yesterday. I tell you, when he saved the penalty, I was thinking this is going to be our day. You know, and it's just disaster. I mean, Soboslai's shot from outside the box in the 70-something minute, that was the first shot on target. Now, I know Gakpo should have scored. Salah had the chance. But that's just really poor, lads. We didn't create anything in the first half, other than the goal that should have been, of course, but that was a set piece. But from open play, didn't create a thing. Sam says, wasn't Man City 8 points behind United in April 2012 on same amount of games played? Yeah, I remember that. But if Liverpool were playing well and we just found ourselves, right, it was an off day yesterday, we lost the game, and we find ourselves 8 points behind, I'd say, right, it's not over yet. But I just don't see where the next good performance is coming from. I don't see where Liverpool are going to win 4 or 5 games in a row. Because even though the fixtures are winnable in the next 5, 6 games, is anybody really confident that Liverpool are going to win those games? Because if we had got through these tough fixtures and we were 3 points, 4 points behind Arsenal, I mean, yeah, I'm playing well. And you'd say yesterday was just a one-off. I mean, we'd be fully confident. But we just don't know. Michael says, we're not coming back from this, unfortunately. Yeah, I think the league is gone. And like, I picked Arsenal at the start, but I didn't think it was going to be this bad. I really didn't. I said the results would be a little bit up and down at the start of the season, but I didn't think we'd be 8 after. Now, look, the league, we're 8 points behind. Another season we could be third, 8 points behind. It's just teams are very close. So we find ourselves 8th position, but yeah, 8 points is a lot. Tommy says, start using Rio or loan him. Think Slot is losing the big time. We are a mess the last few weeks. That's a good shout about Rio. Very good shout. I was thinking about that today, actually. Why not? Why not try him? Because we had very little. No, look, Florian Wirtz, he likes to cut in. But we needed to have wide players, especially yesterday, and we just didn't have that. Salah on one side, but he's not playing well. If you had Rio, imagine if Rio, every time he got the ball, he was running at Nunes. Like, that's where I think, that, just give it a go. I know he's young, but give it a go. FSG won't put up with this much longer. Yeah, look, it's a results business. He has to start winning. Because what is it now? 8 defeats in 10? Am I right? Like, lads, come on. That's not good enough. Tommy says Rio is the only winger we have who can beat a man. Yeah. Like, he's very young. But, like, there's going to be no pressure on him if he was to start in these next couple of games. The fans would be excited, be encouraging him. He's nothing to lose, Give him a go. Daniel says Rio should have come on again instead of Gakpo yesterday. Yeah. Just try something. Larry says Slot will be gone by Christmas. These next 6 games, this is it now, because then we can really proper judge what's going on here, because they're very winnable. They're bottom half teams. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But he's going to have to start getting results. Tommy says City will catch Arsenal. They'll be top for Christmas. Honestly, people, if Arsenal bottle it again, I mean, what a story. That's why I think we all want City to win the league. Because it wouldn't be about, the story would not be City winning the league. It would be about Arsenal not winning the league. And I tell you, I was watching the game against Sunderland. It was a right game. And Arsenal looked very, I won't say ordinary, because they're about a minute away from winning the game. But Sunderland did make them look not as strong as they have looked. You know what I mean? Vic says if we win the league, then Arsenal fans will be even more unhinged than normal. Johnny says Slot isn't the guy. How can he not have a plan for life after Trent? I think Florian Wirtz was the plan. And it's just been an absolute failure so far. Like, he's gone away from the number 10. I think he looked at the creativity in the team. It was from right back. And, right, we'll get a number 10 in there. And he's gone away from it because it just didn't work. What about life after Diaz? That's the big one, lads. I mean, honestly, I get depressed when I see Diaz and the goals. Did you see the goal he scored at the weekend? I mean, why did they not just offer him a big contract? What a player. And we miss him. We really do. A special, special talent. But look, they looked at his age and they said, no, we can't give him the big money. And we've been left short out there because it's been Gakpo and Rio, and he's not giving Rio a chance. Gakpo is not really doing it. We miss Lucho massively. I mean, the goal he scored at the weekend, lads. I mean, that's goal of the season. Straight away. That's goal of the season. In any league. I still don't know how he got it in. But the way he won the ball back. Tommy says the same. We never replaced Diaz either. And the great thing about Diaz was, remember last season he was playing that false 9. And I thought he was very good at. Now, he struggled at times because it wasn't his natural position. But the man never stopped running. And we missed that. The pressing was terrible yesterday. Noel says 13 goals by Diaz and 7 assists in Premier League last season. Not one yet from Wirtz. Facts. Yeah, he's not been good, people. Look, we all want him to do well. If it takes him a season, it takes him a season. But yeah, he's not really impressed me. I have to be honest. As an Irishman, what's your thoughts on Conor Bradley? Right back for the next... What age is he? He's very young. So right back for the next, let's say, 8 to 10 years. No problem with him at all. I think he's class. I think he'll only get better. And yeah, this is the Conor Bradley from last season. That when he played instead of Trent, that we said, yeah, if Trent wants to go to Madrid, no problem, we're sorted. So he had a tough game yesterday. I thought he done okay. But yeah, absolutely unbelievable player. Simon says, taking off Ekitike and bringing on Gakpo with Isak on the bench was mind-boggling. I don't understand what the point of putting Isak on the bench was even yesterday. I read yesterday that Isak went through a very tough fitness test. And obviously he passed it. He made the bench. I mean, I was surprised at half time. You know, bring him on. Sure, what have you got to lose? Okay, he could get injured again. I know all that. But I mean, there was no point in even bringing him. Daniel says, I don't rate Frimpong or Kirkes. I don't rate Frimpong at all. I actually did rate Kirkes. I've been wrong about that so far. No, not impressed with Frimpong, I have to be honest. Michael says, you don't rate Frimpong, really? Yeah, I'm not a fan of his at all. I think he's done decent off the bench, especially against United. He won the penalty actually against Burnley as well. But no, haven't been impressed. For me, it's Conor Bradley. For me, Frimpong is Bradley's backup. That's just my opinion. Steve says, I love Konate out the door in January. If you could get like Konate or Mark Ahey in, Konate out, I don't think anybody would complain. Isn't he? He's so frustrating though, isn't he? Because when he plays well, no worries. You know he's going to have a great game. But as I said, when he makes a mistake early in the match, his head goes. He just cannot cope with it. Kirkes is reckless with his tackling sometimes. Kirkes is all over the place. He is all over the place. I said during the summer about Kirkes, I'm going to be honest with you now, right? I said when he signed with Liverpool, I said every time I've seen him, he's impressed me. People, every time I watched him, it was going forward, it was getting an assist, or it was scoring. I'll be honest with you, I did not see a lot of his defending. So I don't know if this is it. I don't know if this was him last season as well. Now he got into the team of the season as left back. I think Jamie Carragher picked him in his. I think he was voted the best left back in the league. But I didn't see him as far as defending wise because he has been terrible. And Arne Slot has not let him go forward. because he usually lets the right back go forward and he lets the left back has to stay. But honestly, his defending has just been shocking. Daniel says, get Upamecano from Munich in January. Nope, not for me. No, no, no. He is not good. Kanate has been woeful. He is 10 times better player than Upamecano. No, no, we do not want him, lads. I seen him linked to Man United. I hope they get him. Honestly, I hope they get him. Upamecano, no, not for me. Why is no one talking about Hughes and Edwards? They signed these players. Right. That's a good question. But Kirkes, as I say, I didn't see him defending last season. But he was voted best left back in the league. Right. We were all delighted. Isak, we know how good he is. Ekitike, he's done well. Okay. The big one, of course, is Florian Wirtz and Frimpong. For me, not good. So, look, in the summer, we were all delighted with these signings. I mean, we were. So, I don't know. I get it. Hughes and Edwards, yeah. They're the ones who scouted them. They're the ones who looked at them. Salah definitely gone in the summer. Yeah, I think this is his last season. You can just see it. It's just not... It's not the same. You know, he's not at it this season at all. And it's sad because he's a legend. One of the best we've ever seen at the club. But yeah, it's just not happening for him. Tommy says, pity Leone got injured. He will be starting in this team now. Yeah, I think you definitely would have given him a chance. He's very young, but he looked good. I mean, we've been so unfortunate with the centre halves. We missed out on Gahey. I say unfortunate. Look, we should have got that deal done. And then Leone gets injured. And we were all impressed with him. Now, I know it was only against Southampton. But still, he looked good. And you imagine him now against or beside Virgil van Dijk. He would have only improved. He was so unfortunate. He really was. Summer transfer set off alarm bells for me. Well, we weren't used to it. It wasn't what Liverpool do. You know, it's usually, right, we'll get maybe 2 players at most, and then, you know, that'll be it. But it was just, every week it was a different player, and yeah, we just, that's not what Liverpool was. That's not even what Michael Edwards was. So it was really, it was strange. I know what you mean about the alarm bells, because too many changes. I've been saying it. Daniel is heading off. Thanks for joining, my friend. Next week, 8 p.m, same time. International break, though. But sure, there'll be something to talk about. Reece Williams would be a better option than Kanate at the minute. I still can't believe he's at the club. This is a... Damien says Salah has to be sold if possible in January. He's past it, and next season Virgil and Kanate need to go. This is actually a big worry, really, when you think about it. Because Salah, we see the drop off, and I don't think he will be sold in January, but I know what you mean. But what is going to happen when Virgil? I mean, when there's a drop off from him, because at the moment, look, he's not playing well, but he can still play well. He has done okay this season. But if Virgil van Dijk starts playing, let's say like Kanate is playing at the moment, what are we going to do? Liverpool chat says we have spent too much to be so shite, and we are shite at the moment. Michael says bring back Klopp quick. Yeah, not going to happen, my friend. Yeah, Jurgen is not going to manage Liverpool again. That's not going to happen. I mean, did you see him lately? He looks like a changed man. The break has done him good. He looks about 10 years younger. You know, Jurgen Klopp, he's the type of man that it was a full-time 24/7 job. And I don't think he wants it anymore. I don't think he needs it. I know he said it in the interview that, he could one day. I don't think it's going to happen. Vincent is slot out. Friend of mine in work is slot out as well. So yeah, it's up to you. I'm not there just yet. I'm going to wait till the turn of the year and we'll see these next 6 fixtures. Derek says Kenny until the end of the season. Imagine. That's definitely giving us Brendan Rodgers vibes there. Oh no, that was after Roy Hodgson, wasn't it? That was before Brendan Rodgers. I actually checked it today. You're going to laugh. I was talking to a friend of mine about Brendan Rodgers' last full season. And I checked it. So the 14-15 season, after 11 games, guess where he was in the table? He was 8. I couldn't believe it. Now, he had 14 points. Arne Slot has 18 points. But they were in the same position. I couldn't believe it. But there's a big difference. Look, Arne Slot won the league last season. Brendan Rodgers was close to, but he didn't win it. African nations maybe came at the right time. Love your channel, love the club. Let's all stay positive. Thanks very much for that. Yeah, I think African nations is going to come at the right time for Mo Salah. I think Arne Slot needs... It's at the moment, it's Mo Salah's guaranteed his place, and if Salah's not there, he's in, playing with Egypt, then he's going to have to play someone else there. So it could be a good thing for everybody. Not even a character like Dalglish did after Hodgson. He turned the ship around, remember. As a character, that could work. What? Get Klopp till the end of the season. That's an interesting one. Very interesting. I don't know. I mean, I can't see Jurgen Klopp doing that. But I think, yeah. I mean, it's harsh on Arne Slot. The man won the league. I know. You can't keep losing. Liverpool chat says, who do we replace him with if we do sack him? That's a good question. I mean, if you could get anyone, who would you get? For me, it would be Luis Enrique. Inzaghi. That's not a bad shout. Is he in Saudi Arabia now? Michael says, bring in Stevie G. Oh, jeez. As caretaker? Or as full-time? Oh, I wouldn't like that. David says, goalkeeper suspect. Virgil is dropping off. Kanate's head gone. Robertson age. Wirtz is poor. Isak sick note. Frimpong not good enough. Kirk not good enough. Manager poor. Not good, is it? That pretty much sums it up there. That is basically it. Noel says a long throw coach. We used to have a throwing coach. Michael says to get Klopp back as the caretaker for the end of the season. Yeah, that's not a bad shout, to be fair. But I don't see FSG sacking him. Unless these next 5-6 games are just a complete disaster. 20 million a year would budge Klopp, yeah. Money talks, to be fair. Johnny said, didn't Ranieri win the league with Leicester, then get fired the season after because results were woeful? He did indeed. I mean, they ended up finishing 12th, but I mean, it's Leicester. You know, that was a one-off. I always thought it was harsh on Ranieri because, I mean, what were the owners expecting? To win the league again this following season? That was never going to happen at Leicester. But this is Liverpool Football Club. So yeah, I mean, look, I just don't think the owners will sack him unless these next 5-6 games are just woeful. Rory Delap is the Messi of the long throw. If Rory Delap was still playing, he'd win the Ballon d'Or. That is a fact. Because he would be the greatest long throw specialist in the world. Steve says the whole Arsenal team are the Messi of long throws. Did you see what Sunderland did the other night? Genius. Absolute genius. They moved the advertising boards in closer to the pitch so that Arsenal couldn't do the long throws. They couldn't get a long run up. Genius. Arsenal's kryptonite. Me, myself, and I says, think we need to move on from Klopp. Yeah, it's not going to happen. I don't think he's going to come back. Jack Charlton would be Premier League Manager of the Year if around now. He'd win it. He'd walk the league. He'd win it by about 20 points. What's going on with the likes here? 46 likes, people. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. International break, people. I absolutely despise it. Wait, let's have a look at Liverpool's next fixtures. And let's see what's going on. Where are we? At the stage. Right. Here we go. Here we go. Right, Forest. PSV Eindhoven, that's the Champions League. So let's just look at the league ones. West Ham away. Of course, West Ham would have to be finding a bit of form. Sunderland at home. Leeds away. Brighton at home. I mean, they're tough. They are tough. Honestly, people. Every one of them look dodgy. Nottingham Forest are finding a bit of form. West Ham are finding a bit of form. Sunderland are on fire. Leeds. Leeds away. 5:30. It'll be under the lights. The dark evenings. And then Brighton. Brighton are a brilliant team. Oh. Shocking, innit? Every single game they play looks difficult. They should be winning all 6 games. Absolutely. That's why I think we should wait and let's really judge them after these 6 games. Because on paper, they are very winnable. The toughest out of them is probably... It's probably West Ham away. But West Ham are terrible. Brighton at home. But we're at home. So yeah, they're all winnable. They really are. If these games end bad, then Slot is gone. Yeah, it's these next games. He has to win them. I don't care how he wins them. I don't care if we've 10% possession. Just win them games. James says Sunderland could be a banana skin. They look good the other night. They really did. So we've Sunderland at home, but We all know what way Sunderland are going to play, and Liverpool are struggling with it. Joseph says Accrington Stanley at home would be difficult at the moment. Absolutely. There's no easy games. Benny says they're all winnable, just not by us. Tommy says 1-0 West Ham, Soucek header from long throw. This is the thing, people. Everybody knows what we're struggling with. You know, if... Actually, let's check Man City's. Because when we look at Man City's fixtures, I'll show you the difference. Right, so they've got Newcastle away. That's tough. But then they've got Leeds at home. Guaranteed win. They've got Fulham away. Probably guaranteed win. Even though Sunderland are playing well. Guaranteed win. And Crystal Palace away. That's tough. But the amount of... You look at Man City's fixtures. And they are very winnable. But you just don't see them losing them games. But with Liverpool, every game is such a struggle. Let's check Arsenal's. The Arsenal. Spurs at home. Oh, that's actually tough. Spurs away form this season has not been bad. Chelsea away. Oh, that's tough. Chelsea are flying. Arsenal's next 3 games. Spurs, Bayern Munich and Chelsea. Then they've Brentford. It's great to see Keith Andrews doing well. Aston Villa away. And then Wolves at home. I tell you one thing, people. Man City are winning the league. After these next 6 games, is it 5 or 6, whatever it was, if Liverpool could win them, I mean, Arsenal could seriously drop points in those games. It's not over yet, people. We're back. We are back. Yeah, maybe not. But no, I think City could end up being... Someone said it earlier in the chat. City could be top by Christmas. It's a good show. Brentford and Villa are tough too, yeah. Villa away, isn't it? Villa are flying at the moment. That's tough now. Look, the other way to look at it, if Arsenal were to come through those fixtures and be top of the table, to take some stopping, but Spurs, I mean, on paper you'd look at it and say, right, they'll beat Spurs, but Spurs' away record this season has been very good. It's their home record is struggling. Steve says you turned into AFTV for a second there, Dave. A bit delusional, absolutely. $74 says City will win the league. I tell you, I noticed something about City as well yesterday. I mean, the mentality of that team now, I think, has changed. At the start of the season, I don't think even Pep was sure what he was going to get from them. But looking at them yesterday, I think they really believe that they can win the league. And look, as I say, Liverpool were terrible, but there was just something about City yesterday. I think the celebrations after the first goal, it was like as if they just really believed. Caleb says, we are back. No, we are not. It's true. One injury to Haaland and they're toast, yeah. That is it. Very dependent on Haaland. But them fixtures look very, very winnable for Man City. And Arsenal's look really tough. I just don't know how we drop so quickly. It's been happening all season. We were getting away with it at the start of the season. It's just been a disaster. And I tell you, it's been happening since we won the league. I mean, I didn't mind at the end of last season 4 games to go, and I mean the league was done. They deserve to celebrate, you know, but that form in the last 4 games, it's come into this season really poor. And I tell you, even before we won the league, the results weren't great. Pep is Pep and Arteta is Arteta. Arsenal will panic as soon as City take the lead. This is what I was saying about Liverpool. Because if you were to get even 5, 6 points within Arsenal with 10 games to go, the pressure that would be on them. And I think Gary Neville mentioned it yesterday. You do not want City chasing you. City have the experience. They've been there. They've done that. Arsenal haven't got over the line. City will go about their business. All the pressure is on Arsenal. Nobody picked Man City. Last 10 games of the season are horrible. Who knows where we could end up with Slot. Next 6 games. We'll really judge them next 6 games. Johnny says Salah played the season of his life. Every time we dropped points, Arsenal bottled it. That's true. First half of the season, players played Klopp's system. Then second half of the season, we limped over the line. Yeah, there was a serious drop off in the second half of the season. But at the time, we didn't care because we just got it done. But yeah, it's carried over into this season. It's really concerning. Here's a stat for you too. City haven't scored a single set piece goal. Is that true? So it's set piece FC versus non set piece FC. Very interesting. Slot now gone back to Dubai. I mean, look, he got a lot of criticism for that in the last international break. But I mean, all the players are gone. No, I get the argument. I do. He should be there. He should be working on things. But all the players are gone on international duty. Is this stat true? 41 goals conceded in 2025. Nobody's talking enough of that. I didn't know that. Is that true? Lads, that's woeful. 41 goals. Yeah, Liverpool champ. We have lost 40% of our games since that PSG game. It's worrying. But as I say, at the end of last season, we didn't really care because just get over the line, just win the league. That's all that matters. But yeah, it was more to that. Because I remember the last 4 games, because it didn't matter. And I even made video saying, when we lost to Chelsea, I said I don't care. Because I honestly thought that it was just, right, the players are just, it's just the end of the season, switched off. But there was definitely more to it. If Slot comes back with a tan, I swear to God. Oh, we'll know straight away. We'll know straight away. It's not the time of year to have a tan. That's the Premier League only. So what was it? 40 goals. How many was it? 41 goals. That's in the Premier League only. Jesus. Mr. Flashy with the pro microphone. Going on Rogan next, are you? Sam says we coasted the league. Arsenal kept drawn to the likes of Brentford and Palace, so made life easier for us. Yeah, that's true. They had 14 draws last season. I mean, Liverpool. Look, Liverpool were the best team. Look, we're not taking anything away from that team last season. They deserve to be Premier League champions. And it was a brilliant season. And we'll always look back at that season with, real pride, and it'll always put a smile on our face because we won the league. That's all that matters. But Arsenal, we didn't have a challenge. Let's be honest. We didn't. Dermot says Van Dijk for me was very poor for the second goal. Stood like a statue, but put a limb leg out to block it, and ball goes over the keeper. Yeah, it was just a lack of intensity from everyone. I mean, the build up to that second goal was so poor because the amount of space that all the City players had. It was really, to me, it was a really worrying performance. I was really worried about it. And I keep saying, look, it's Man City, anyone can lose to Man City, but the fact that they didn't have any sort of intensity just really concerned me because it shouldn't be, right, it's a home game against Real Madrid. Trent is coming back, so the emotion is there. The crowd are going to be up for it. It shouldn't have to be an occasion like that for the players to really get up for it. Arsenal dropped points on Saturday. Liverpool players should have been saying, right lads, here's a chance now. Here's a chance to be only, 5 points behind Arsenal. Considering how poor we've been, all of a sudden, it's not looking too bad. And they just never turned up. And as I say, look, you're no guarantee you're going to beat City, but just show us something. And that second goal was exactly that. It was just no intensity, no energy. I just thought it was really poor. Steve says Van Dijk was all over the place for the first goal, literally. Yeah, I seen Carragher doing the analysis. Very interesting, but it was all because Man City broke out of a corner. Liverpool had them pinned into that corner, and Man City got out very easy. And because of that, then Van Dijk was out of position, and so was Robertson. And they switched back too soon. And then Robertson didn't get over quick enough to close down Nunes. Wirtz didn't get over quick enough. And it was just a complete nightmare. It really was. It was a disaster. But it all came from the fact that we let City out of their own corner. They were right at their corner flag. Foul them. Do something, lads. I think Virgil and Salah are done. It's looking like it is with Salah. Hopefully it's just bad form and he gets over it. And the thing with Virgil, he's not playing well at the moment, but I think it's the midfield in front of him. The midfield is not protecting the back four, and that is a huge problem. Yesterday City was good, we was bad, but not really bad. I thought we were terrible. The laugh I had at United Bows is haunting me. It's coming back, isn't it? It's coming back on us all. And I really enjoyed that downfall of them. Oh, they're above us in the league now again. Honestly. Because I was watching the game on Saturday, United and Spurs. And when Spurs looked like they were going to win the game, how bad are Spurs? I was thinking, brilliant. At least United won't be above us at the end of the weekend. And they're above us on goals scored. This is a team who couldn't score a goal last season. Steve says, come on lads, United are still shy. They are, absolutely, I'll agree with you. But they're above us. What happens if Liverpool keep losing games? Arne Slot will get sacked. Liverpool will finish bottom half of the table. Liverpool chat says, we don't get this right, we could be in a banter era. Again, we were there for so long. I thought those days were gone. Honestly thought the way the club was being run, that these type of days, I'm not saying we were going to win the league every single season. But what is it? 8 defeats in 10 games. I didn't think that would happen. They won't sack Slot. No, I don't think they will. But they're definitely going to have a decision to make if he doesn't get... Out of these next, 6 fixtures? He has to win at least 5 of them. Because they're all winnable. But he has to win at least 5 of them. Sam says we will get into the top 3. Lonely top 3 as we kick on after international break. Yeah, look, I'm still confident we'll get top 4. Because we can't be that bad. You know, something is going to have to happen. Like, seriously. Too much talent in that squad, people. Too much. $74. Honestly thought it was the start of a dynasty for us. How wrong I was. Yeah, this is frustrating. Because how many times under Klopp did Liverpool win a big trophy and we didn't buy anyone? And you're thinking, lads, we have an opportunity here now. Go and dominate. And in the summer, after we won the league, we are spending money like it's going out of fashion. And we're all delighted, thinking, yes, the clubs now, they have ambition to go and dominate. And it's just been a disaster. Would you take a League Cup and a top 4 if offered now? Good question. Very good question. If offered now, I'm going to say no. Because I still think we can win the Champions League. Anyway, we're out of the League Cup. So FA Cup. FA Cup and top 4. No, not yet. I still think we can win the Champions League. Still confident about that. Our midfield is too open and some of our reliable players are not performing. People, the midfield is absolutely everything to a team. And that is our biggest problem. It's the midfield. Individual performances are hurting us, but the midfield, we're too open. If you go back to Jurgen Klopp's days, that midfield, Fabinho, Henderson, Gini Wijnaldum, most underrated midfield in world football. Last season, that midfield, best midfield in the league. It's everything. And they are not playing well. We're too open. Benny says, a defo take the FA Cup and top 5. So I'd imagine top 5 will probably be Champions League place again this season. We'll have to wait and see what way that works out. But I'm not going to say that just yet. Still think Champions League. David says, you want to bet on that Champions League, Dave? No. No. I'm confident, but not that confident. Imagine we did win it though. Imagine we were struggling in the league. Mid-table. Can't win back-to-back league games. And all of a sudden, we win the Champions League. Oh, how the rivals would cry. Where does the confidence for the Champions League come from? Okay, so I made a video after last season's Champions League final. So this was before all the changes in the summer, but I saw all the quality we were signing. I said, yes, my prediction is definitely going to come true now. So I'm sticking with it. I made it very, very early. I think we're going to win the Champions League. But I'm not confident enough to put money on it. Just saying. Here we go. Sam gets it. Look, Liverpool do a Spurs, albeit Europa League. Throw the league position and win the Champions League. That'd be some story. Where did Spurs finish? 17th and they won the Europa? Imagine. We better not finish 17, people. That better not happen. But I just think the Champions League, it's more tactical. It's not as physical as the Premier League. The Premier League is all about long throws and long balls. You're going to get teams in the Champions League who want to play football. And you've seen Liverpool against Real Madrid the other night. I know it was at Anfield. But I just have confidence in them in the Champions League. I think they could do something in it. And as long as we're still in it, I am going to say that we're winning the Champions League. Am I convincing you? Like, be honest. Are we winning the Champions League? Yes or no? Here we go now. This will be interesting. There's 73 people in the building. Get the likes up now, people. Okay, here we go. Here's the answers now. They're coming through. Right. 74. Big fat no. Okay. Noel says, no, we won't win the Champions League. Okay, I'm on my own. Somebody help me out. Another no. No. Julian. Julian says yes. Okay, anybody else? Anybody else? Nope. Yes, I'm convinced. First Ekatika all suited to it. Exactly. My point exactly. Who else is with me? Gary says yes, but not this season. I'm taking that as this season. LFC 2005, yes, yes, yes. I'm telling you, we're going to win it, people. I'm convincing you. Sam says yes. See, there always has to be a comment to spoil it. Where is it? Liverpool versus Bayern in the final, and Lucho scores a hat-trick to win it 3-0. I'm ignoring that. Me, myself, and Knight says 100% no. I can tell you're kind of sitting on the fence there. We're going to piss it. I'm telling you, people. I'm convincing you now. It has the feeling of 2005 season. Yes, we're going to do something special, lads. Eduardo, nope. Okay, so the quiet one, is it? Yeah, repeat of 81. Telling you, lads. I'm convincing you. We're going to win the Champions League. Dermot says Liverpool versus Bayern final. I mean, who's going to stop us? Let's be honest. Barcelona. Come on, people. They drew the other night. Real Madrid already beat them. Atletico Madrid already beat them. The Italian teams are crap. The only team that could stop us is the one that has the kryptonite. Set piece FC. But you get Arsenal, quarter-final, semi-final, over 2 legs, at Anfield, under the lights, European night. Come on. Who could stop us? Benny says, Carabag. Hope you're right, Dave. Sean from Wexford. I will be right. I'm telling you, people. I will be right. We are winning the Champions League. Liverpool in the Champions League. Different team. Different mentality. A different mentality. We're going to win the Champions League. Easy. Who else is there? Set piece FC, Man City. We've beaten Man City in the Champions League already. Spurs, Chelsea. Beaten them in the Champions League. Barcelona, PSG. We already beat them in Paris. Liverpool should not be afraid of anybody in the Champions League. We should be afraid of the likes of Burnley, Brentford, Crystal Palace, but not PSG or Bayern. No way. Bayern Munich going to win the Champions League with Vincent Kompany as manager. Get a grip. Not happening, lads. The quiet one. This is a brilliant comment. Gomez to score in the final from a set piece. Can you imagine? Joe Gomez. Lift the trophy and then retire. Thomas says, God, imagine Arsenal winning the double. Make me feel ill. Which would be worse? Arsenal winning the Premier League or Arsenal winning the Champions League? Obviously both. But I think it would be worse if they won the Champions League because they've never won it. I'm old enough to remember Arsenal winning the league. And I actually had a lot of respect for Arsenal back then. Played some lovely football. We finished 5th in 05 and won it. Exactly. And we beat one of the greatest teams ever assembled. All fully confident people. As I say, not confident enough to put money on it. But we have to believe. The Champions League. 2026. Where's the final? Where is the Champions League final? It's not in Munich, is it? No, it's not Munich, is it? Better not be in Munich. Somebody let me know. Budapest. It's in Hungary. Lads, it's a sign. I mean, I'm still trying to figure out what that sign is, but it's definitely a sign. Opinion on Wirtz and Isak. Florian Wirtz is not physical enough for the Premier League, but he'll do well in the Champions League. He's struggling in the Premier League. He needs a bit more time. If it takes him a season, it takes him a season. It is what it is now. The league is gone. Isak is class. He just needs to get up to speed. But I think they'll do well in the Champions League. Benny says, we are hungry for number 7. There you go. Szoboszlai, home game for the Champions League. Szoboszlai. How did I not remember Szoboszlai? And, of course, Kirkes. The best left back in Europe. Telling you, people. Unless we're playing Burnley or Brentford. But other than that, Kirkes will be fine against Barcelona and Bayern Munich. Noel says, it's not working. What's going on? Oh, lost it. Where am I? Yeah, this is the one. Noel says, Szoboszlai to score a thunder bastard to win the Champions League in his home country. There we go, people. Szoboszlai and Kirkes. Lifting the Champions League. The quiet one. Jimmy Traore has a Champions League medal and Sol Campbell doesn't. But Sol Campbell was the greatest centre half on the planet. You ask him, he'll tell you. Champions League final is on Gerrard's 46th birthday. There we go, people. I told you. I've been telling you from last May. We are winning the Champions League. What more proof do you need? Here's an early prediction, right? If we were to win the Champions League this season, we walk the Premier League next season. We absolutely walk it. Ryan says he's convinced. I'm telling you, lads, we're winning it. Bloody hell, Stevie's going to be 46. Now I feel old. How do you think I feel? I'm 41. I remember Steven Gerrard making his debut. Watched his whole career. What a player. Johnny says, my only concern is there are Premier League teams in the Champions League. As I say, Set Piece FC, if we can avoid them, they have the kryptonite. Long throws, we struggle. I wouldn't have any worries about Man City over two legs. All jokes aside, I wouldn't have any worries over Arsenal over two legs. The only problem if you got them in a final. Sam is 35 and he feels old. Wait till you get to 40. What's going on with the likes here, people? 63 likes. Much appreciated, everybody. Much appreciated. Subscribe if you're new. The channel is going really well. What do you think of Verts, Isak and Ekitike? Yeah, give it a go. Why not? Are you asking me what are they like individually, or are you asking that front three? If that's the front three, the only thing about that front three, not natural wide players. Ekitike has played there, Verts has played there. I'd give Rio Ngamoha a chance. The front three. I'd give Rio a chance. I think it's a bit... There's not enough wit in that for me. But I mean, give it a go. Sure, why not? Why do I let 11 millionaires control my emotions while I'm wage slaving? It's true. We're all the same, honestly. Multi-millionaires running around, kicking a ball, and it affects the whole week. And when they play like at 12:30 on a Saturday and they win, I'm like, yes, the weekend is not ruined. I don't know, I can't explain it, we're all mad. With Mo going to African nations, what changes up front would you like to see? I would like to see Chiesa play, Isak play, Ekitike, the two of them. I'd like to see Wirtz back in that. I don't know where you put him. Where do you put Florian Wirtz? If you put him in the number 10, that means you're taking someone out of midfield. But Chiesa should play more. Honestly, people, it's a struggle to get our best team. Johnny says, that's true, we're all mad. But we love football, people. We absolutely love football. What time is it now? People, it's 9:30. I'm heading off. We're going to call it a night in a couple of minutes. But really enjoyed it. It was a bit of crack. Internationals, of course, for 2 weeks. But we will do the show again next Monday at 8 p.m. Because guess what? I can guarantee you Liverpool will not lose this weekend. Yes. 2 guarantees. We're winning the Champions League and Liverpool will not lose this weekend. People, already we've turned the corner. We're not losing this weekend. I told you. I absolutely told you. Noel says, cheers, Dave. A good chat. Yep. Join us again next week, Noel. Cheers, David. See you next time. Thank you very much. Yeah, it was good now. Bit of crack now tonight. Told you we're winning the Champions League and Liverpool will not lose next weekend or the weekend after. Or the back the weekend after. Next weekend. But they are. I can't guarantee that, people. Can't guarantee that. James says, we all need a break from watching Liverpool at the moment. We do. But sure. Right, people. I'm going. It's Monday. It's 9:30. I'll be making a few videos during the week. I was going to make one, right? Just before we go, get your opinion on it. Comparing Arne Slot, 11 games this season, and Brendan Rodgers, 11 games, 14-15 season. What do you think? Bit harsh? I think it's a bit harsh on him. Let's not do that. It is a bit harsh now. Sam says, good night, Dave. Talk to you next week, Sam. Thanks for joining again. Good luck, everyone. Take care. Thanks very much for joining. Where's that? Nexus of Thought says, Slot had a much better team. It's true. It's true. It's very true. Elijah John 5 says, you never walk alone. I don't know. It's interesting. I had a glance at it today, and after 11 games, they were both in 8th position. Brendan Rodgers had 14 points. Arne Slot has 18. The only reason I was saying it is because I've seen it online. People are saying it's very same as Brendan Rodgers, which is harsh. But I don't know. I think it would be a bit harsh on him. We're not that bad. You know, there's too much talent in this team. And Arne Slot has a Premier League medal under his... He has a Premier League medal in his back pocket. So, I don't know. I'll see if it's... But at least we didn't lose 6-1 to Stoke. True. Very, very true. Although, give it time. When do we play Arsenal again? See what I did there? Anyway, people, I'm going. Thank you so much for joining me. That was a bit of crack. Really enjoyed it. So yeah, next week, same time, 8 p.m. Thanks very much for watching.